Hey guys, it's your girl Aquarii Moon. So today I wanted to talk about triggers because with doing my divine coordinates and starting to actually define each direction, I'm having to uncover things that trigger me and cause me to express myself in an unconscious way. For example, just yesterday, I was pretty chill yesterday. I was kind of tired because I had a a chiropractic appointment earlier that day, and I was super, like those things. If you've never been to a chiropractor, this is my first time. I'm having to do it because of a work injury that just will not heal right. But so I'm doing that, and like by the end of the day, I'm pretty tired, especially the next day, because it just takes a lot out of me. Yeah, so basically I was pretty chill yesterday, but there was a situation with a family member where there basically was like a miscommunication, and that usually happens between us, and it's because we have different views. I do admit, if I'm wrong, or if I didn't do something correctly, but their stance was, I'm not giving them a chance to kind of not rectify the thing, but like basically they were trying to make it seem like I was wrong, and I'm like, no, and I kept explaining my side, and I had to think to my coordinates, because I started to feel my vibrations going down. So that's basically me going down on the spectrum instead of staying high vibe and in the higher levels of it. So I went to my neutral place, and I just exited the situation because I didn't want it to escalate. There was really no need for it to escalate, and there was no need for me to keep explaining myself when I already made my point, and the other person realized that, but they didn't agree with it. So triggers are really they come in disguise. A lot of people get triggered. I notice clients that I work with, a lot of people get triggered with just things that they kind of think about. A lot of the times, sometimes it's food, if they are having like a food addiction. Sometimes it's just really always carrying like a sadder energy signature, or something that's low vibe, and it tends to start affecting them, especially in their like bowels, that area. But I wanted to just make it aware. This is my first video that I'm going to be posting on YouTube. I'm still kind of building up the channel. I have and that's the other thing, because I have another channel kind of associated with a previous business I was doing, but this is a totally different direction, so I'm more than likely going, I want to do it all fresh and new. But yeah, back to triggers. I'm noticing also a lot of like people have other people as triggers, and causing them to either lash out, doing something actually physical, or actually doing it passively, where they're going on shopping sprees or doing things like that. So being cautious and just being aware of triggers will help you when you recognize that unconscious behavior, and then you look back. Well, for me, I actually have it written out, like the different levels. It's basically like a ladder. So there's each rung is a different definition, and you know, it's good to know where your neutral is, so that way when you are triggered, you are able to just at least go to that space, because sometimes people's energy signatures or they can be massive, and if yours isn't developed as well, then it can affect you. For example, someone who doesn't like you, you know what I'm saying, and you like everybody, but this person's dislike and hate energy signature is so much bigger than yours that when you guys come into contact, or something happens where you guys interact with each other, then theirs potentially can take yours over, and then cause you to kind of get tangled in with that vortex, and then it can be hard to get out, unless you're strong enough, especially in the mind and spirit. If you're spiritually strong, then you're able to, you might notice it, but you're not gonna like fall into it like that. But basically, recognizing your triggers. So I ask you, have you ever caught yourself doing something, and you kind of did some self-talking? You're like, why am I doing this? Or why, or even, man, why do I keep doing this and it never turns out? There's a lot of different reasons why, and it's sometimes basically it is you overall, but it could be some outside forces as well that are like attached to you, that aren't letting you fully express what it is you're trying to do, or whatever direction you're trying to go. So leave some comments down below if you have or you have not, and if you have, like, what have you been doing to reverse that action, and bring it to a more positive situation, so that you handle it better and you're able to not have things cling on. So I'm gonna cut it here. This has been your girl Aquarii Moon, and I will see you on the next video.